Hey, what's up? So it is Tuesday, May 4th, 12:49 p.m. And do you know what today is? Today, you probably could tell from the title, is Realm Breaker, the Victoria Aveyard release date. So I worked today from 3 to 8. So that's one thing. Second thing, I don't have my copy yet of Realm Breaker, which is annoying because I pre-ordered it in December. I pre-ordered it from Target and they didn't like print out the label and all of that until I think it was yesterday, like really early yesterday. So my copy won't be delivered until tomorrow, Wednesday, May 5th. And it says by 7 p.m. So I have no idea what time tomorrow. Like it could come earlier, it could come like at 7. So the plan is, because that threw me for a loop. So the plan is, because I have tomorrow off, I wanted to like start reading it as soon as I got home today and like get a good chunk of it done tomorrow. If I get it by 7 p.m. tomorrow, I won't be able to read a lot. So I'm gonna go get a second copy before work today. That is the plan. I'm gonna go to a Barnes & Noble. Gonna leave a little bit earlier so I could go get the book and then go to work. Because if I leave at work at 8, most bookstores close early because of COVID. They are closing earlier. I think the one I'm going to closes every day like at 6:30. So like obviously I can go after work. So I'm going before work. Fun. So I'll take you along with me for that and talk to you guys again later. Hey, so it is now hours later. It's 10:13 p.m. And first off, I forgot to vlog when I went to Barnes & Noble because one, I was focusing on getting there and then finding the book, buying the book, and then leaving and then getting back on the train so I could go to work. So I forgot. I did get a clip of me like grabbing the book for Instagram, so maybe I'll put that video here. But yeah, I put it on my Insta stories, so if you guys follow me on Instagram, you guys would have seen that. So it is my Instagram, Yari Hearts Books. Yes, so if you want to follow me on there, and that way you can sometimes get like stuff earlier than in video, whatever. Okay, Realm Breaker. I got it right here, and it should be right side up. I don't know what that song is. So we got it in my possession, Realm Breaker by Victoria Aveyard. So yes, so this is the front cover. Then it wraps around. Then that. Forgot. I think it's Korean, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's who's on the cover. Okay, so here in the back it says, a squire, the survivor of a failed quest, an immortal, timeless and unfathomable, an assassin, skilled and heartless, an old sorceress, holding secrets behind her teeth, and a pirate's daughter. The ward's last hope. The heroes are gone. The fight to save the world has only just begun. Okay, so this, you guys haven't heard. So Victoria Aveyard like purchased it like, what if the A-team, which is like the chosen ones, what happens if they failed and they all died? And then the B-team has to come in and save the world. This book focuses on the B team, on the backup. So the backup team. Yeah. So I am so excited to dive into this. Also, my second copy that I got getting from Target, I don't know what I'm gonna do with it because I kind of don't want to send it back. I might just have 2 copies. Okay, so the book Naked, it's pretty much, it's plain. Yeah, it's just black bone breaker and then plain black in the back. But the beauty is inside. Like, I don't want to break it. like completely open it. Yes. So there is a colorful map, a very detailed map. But like, how cool is that? I don't think I've ever seen a map for a book this detailed. And then it's also in the end papers in the back as well. I think there might be a pronunciation guide. I'm not sure, because I think she said that there was gonna be one, or she was gonna create one, or I think she said she was gonna do a video saying like how the names are pronounced, because some of them are just like how you say that. But oh, the font actually it's pretty big. For some reason I thought the font's gonna be a bit smaller, but it's pretty big. So yeah, so and then this is, no spoilers, this is, ooh, this is 563 pages, so she's thick. So yeah, there she is in all her beautiful glory. Okay, so I think I'm just going to like organize myself a bit, and then I'll hop into reading Rome Breaker. Hey, this is a weird angle. So, hold on. I just read the prologue. It took me forever to read the prologue. So the prologue was 26 pages. There was so much information in there. So you're getting a lot of like, information, a lot of characters. It was a lot. I was a little confused, but I think I got the gist of what's going on. So basically, like I told you guys a little while ago, that like the A-team, they all died. So that's like the prologue. It's just telling the story about how that happened and how they failed. So yeah, that's pretty much just that. But there's so much more information. I'm telling you guys, I was so confused. But I think I understand what's going on. I'm still a little confused with like names, because there were like a few names mentioned. I'm like, I don't know who these people are. So it's a little confused. But I'm gonna read chapter 1 on bird, because I just need to like let the information with the prologue sink in and collect myself. So yeah, I just wanted to update you guys with that, because at first I was like, oh crap, I don't know what's happening, who are these people? But yeah, so yeah, gonna collect my thoughts and then I'll get back to reading. Hey, so it's Wednesday, May 5th, 9:22 p.m. I haven't done any update today for this vlog. But yes, obviously this is my Rome Breaker vlog. So I'm now on page 88, chapter 5. I wanted to read like a good amount, because I think the last time I updated, I had just read the prologue and the chapter 1. So I've read 3 more chapters. I wanted to read a little bit more from different perspectives before I gave another update. And it's honestly taken me, well, I've done other things today besides just reading, so it's just taken me a while to like, and I've been reading like on and off. So it just took me a while to get through those 3 chapters. But one of the chapters are like on the longer side, and the thing is that I'm still a bit confused as to what's happening, just because there's a lot of characters, and obviously this is a new world that I'm not used to, so I need to I'm still learning everything, and I sometimes have to go back and reread things because I want to make sure I'm understanding what's happening before moving on. Even though I am doing that, I'm still a bit confused just because there's a lot going on. But that being said, I am still very interested to see how the story progresses, and meeting more of these characters and getting to know all of them, and yeah, just seeing like what unfolds in this story. So yeah, that's really all I have to say for right now for that. But so the original copy of Realmbreaker that I ordered came in today from Target, so I'm gonna open that. And my second copy of Realmbreaker. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with it. It's not even like a special edition or anything. It's literally the same book. Literally the same book. Not sure what I'm gonna do with it. I'll figure it out, because I don't want to go through the trouble of returning it. And I low-key, for some reason, kind of feel like keeping it and having 2 copies. I don't know why, but we'll see what happens. I can't believe this happened. I tried to look for like a special edition so I could get at a store, but I didn't find any. Yeah, whatever. So yeah, that's the update I have for you guys right now, and I don't think I'm gonna read for the rest of the night, but I will again tomorrow, and I'll keep updating you guys with all my thoughts and feelings of Realmbreaker. So yes. Hey, so it's literally days later from when I started. I'm pretty sure I only vlogged the first day that I started reading this. That I started reading Realmbreaker by Victoria Aveyard. So basically, okay, it's Sunday, May 9th. Okay, it's past midnight. 12:18 a.m. So basically, I just wanted to get a good amount of this read before I did another update, just because there's a lot of information being thrown out at me, and I wanted to meet a good amount of the characters, the POVs that are in this book before I gave more of my thoughts. I know I think the last thing I said was like I was a bit confused as to what was going on in the story. Oh, by the way, I'm now on page 162, chapter 9. Yeah, so I said that I was a bit confused as to what was going on in the story. Again, it's because this is the first book in a fantasy trilogy, so a lot of information is being thrown out at me about the world, about the characters, so it's a lot to take in. So there's that. And also I've been reading it kind of slowly, because I have found myself having to like go back and reread some things just to make sure that I'm understanding what's happening. That being said, I'm still a bit confused about what's happening, but again, it's because there's so much information, so many characters, and also the timeline. So I'm gonna try to explain this in the best way I can. So basically there were these 3 chapters, and we get one chapter, something happened in the end, and then in the next chapter we follow a different character, but it's before the last chapter that I read, if that makes sense. And then the next chapter after that did the same thing. It was after that second chapter, but before that first chapter. I hope that makes sense to you, because yeah, that made it a bit confusing until I figured out what happened when. Yes. But now I am starting to understand a bit more about the spindles, the spindle blade, the spindle blood. There's a lot of spindles going on. But now I think, what chapter was it? It was on page 128 in chapter 6, where I was like, oh, okay, I think I understand what's going on with the whole spindle situation and what happened in the prologue. Yeah, so it was in that page. I was like, okay, I think I'm starting to understand now. But yeah, again, because it's the first book, there's so many characters. Still haven't met every single character that is gonna be like a main character yet. I don't believe I have. And then the group hasn't formed yet, so there's still like, well, there's like 3 of them that are not technically together, but the group is still forming. Yeah, so there's that. Overall, even though there's so much going on and everything, I'm still really interested, and yeah, I'm still very interested to continue on with the story and learn more about the characters, about the plot, about the world. But yes, it's a lot to take in. So if you decide you want to read Realm Breaker, just keep that in mind. It's a lot to take in. Also, I'm a person that enjoys short chapters versus long chapters. And this book is long chapters. So also, if you're like me and you prefer short chapters, know that going into this, that it's long chapters. Like the prologue was like 26 pages. Yeah. And then most of them are like, pretty much all the chapters are in the double digits. Let me see. So yeah, so mainly they're like 11 pages and more each chapter. Like this next chapter I'm about to read, it's 19 pages. So again, if you like short chapters and you want to read Homebreaker, go, just keep that in mind. They're long chapters and read accordingly. You want to do the audiobook, there is an audiobook out, so if you want to go down that route, I have been doing a lot of audiobooks for my fantasies lately, that I just really want to read this on my own, like now the audiobook, and just read it like physically. Well, usually when I listen to an audiobook, a fantasy audiobook, I follow along. So I like listen to it and follow along, but I really just want to read this without an audiobook and just read it myself. And yeah, and just like annotate, like I am annotating. But yes, I'm still, even though I feel like I said a lot of like negative things, even though I've said all those things, I'm honestly still really, really excited and intrigued and interested to see more about this world and these characters. So yeah, so there's that. Also, I think in the beginning of this vlog, I said one of the characters' names and I pronounced it wrong. Story of my life. I think I said Korean. Her name is Coraine. Said it wrong. But I did right before I started reading. I looked up Victoria's video on how to pronounce all the names. So I listened to it a few times because I was like, these names are kind of hard. Especially, let me see, how can I show you? Like the next chapter is like, how would you pronounce this name? I don't if it's focusing. Yeah, hopefully it was focusing. So that's the Macrion. So there's that. So yeah, and then the one character Coraine, and then we have Andre. Oh, and then Sorosa, I think is what it is. Yeah, her. They're telling me there's a lot of characters, so if you want like a really dense fantasy, Realm Breaker's where it's at. But yeah, like I said, I'm still very excited to continue reading this, but it is taking me a bit of time to like fully get into it, just because there's so, like I said, so many characters and long chapters, so it's just taking me a minute. But believe me, I'm still really like excited reading this. So yeah, that's my update for now. I'm not sure when I'm gonna do another update. Probably won't be for a while, unless something like crazy happens, then I'll update again. But yeah, those are my feelings and my thoughts so far on Realm Breaker. and I'll talk to you guys again some other time. Okay, so it is Monday, May 10th, 10:11 p.m. I can't remember if I said in a vlog before. I was like, oh, I think it would be funny if in my vlogs if I tell different stories that happen at work, because something crazy is always happening at work. Boy, do I have a story. It's not even funny. So I don't even know where to start. But basically, but I may actually be really careful. Okay, I have a package, and this came at like the perfect time because of what happened today at work. And basically I cried at work because this I told a customer that he has to wear a mask in the store if he wants to be there, and things, I told them nicely, things led to another, and I was for telling someone to put on a mask because we're still in a pandemic. So this package came at a great time because I've been waiting for this package for a long time. Not that long, but a good amount of time. I'm just taking my time opening it because I don't want to break anything. But yeah, that's what happened at work today. And it's just things like that. First off, I've never been disrespected like that in my life, and it just took me off guard. And yeah, and it's just making me want to like leave this job more, because you basically, you can be disrespected, you be cursed at, you can be have something thrown at you, and you can't do anything about it. Basically, you just have to like tell a manager, and basically they can't do anything either. So it's frustrating. And yeah, I want to leave so badly, but you know, I need something else before I do that, because honestly, working retail, not my dream job. So yeah, just that. If you guys work retail, then you know the struggle, you know the things you have to go through. If you work retail, I'm sorry. Because it's not a fun job. And everybody out there is hiring. I'm looking, because I can't do this no more. I've been working at this store for a little over 2 years, and honestly, I don't know how I've lasted this long. Okay, I'll come back once I open it. Okay, I think I got it. There was so much plastic on it. So, wow. Oh, there's still so much plastic. Okay, I think I finally fully got it open. Okay, so I ordered this from an Etsy shop. What's the name of it? Roy the Art on Etsy. I ordered some bookmarks that I've been so excited for. They're honestly so freaking pretty. It was a little expensive. It was like, I think there's 15 of them. But they're so pretty. And I've been wanting some new bookmarks, so oh well, there goes the sticker. I was trying to open this like nicely. I'm gonna keep that string. I could use it for something. Oh, there's little, it won't come out. Cute. It was like little like stars in there. So this is, this is all the bits. This is all the best down here. Things like extra bookmark. Then business card. I'll link their shop down below if you guys want to check it out. Thank you card. Ooh, and another one. And then for the bookmarks. Alright, so first off in the back there's a postcard. And then these are all the bookmarks I got. I got Disney princesses. They're so we got the most recent Disney princess. We got Raya from Raya and the Last Dragon, and there's Sisu. I believe that's a dragon's name. We got Tiana, Merida, ooh, the Ice Queen herself, Elsa, the OG Disney princess, Snow White, Ariel, Pocahontas, Cinderella or Cinderelli. This is my third favorite princess, Rapunzel or Blondie, Mulan, my favorite Disney princess, Belle. If you guys didn't know, Belle's my favorite since probably like 1992. When we came out 91, but I didn't see it like when it first came out. And then we got I Am Moana and Aurora, then Anna, and last but not least, my second favorite Disney princess, Jasmine. But yes, these are the bookmarks I got. I'm so excited. They're so pretty. Oh, and in the back they all just look like this. And I have to pick one out for Realm Breaker. I'm thinking, because there's gold in the cover, I'm thinking Belle because yellow dress. Lies, I'm going with Tiana. Actually, I feel like Tiana goes, the colors go nicer with the cover. So I'm gonna switch out my book cover, my bookmark in Realm Breaker to this Tiana bookmark. Yes. I'll do an update on my actual reading a little bit later. Hey, what's up? So it's been a long time. It's Sunday, May 23rd, 9:10 p.m. So I've been in a weird reading mood and I've just been like procrastinating reading. Don't know why, I don't know. Just no weird reading mood. But yeah, reading Realm Breaker. I'm on page 314, chapter 19. So basically I've now switched over to the audiobook, like reading along, listening to the audiobook and reading along, because like I said, I'm in a weird reading mood. But it's not like I'm not enjoying the book. I'm not loving it at this point either, but I'm not like hating it either. I'm just having a lot of trouble like really getting invested and like really diving into the book. And I think it has to do with that it's really slow paced. Like I said, I'm on page 314. Not too much has happened. There are still characters that I haven't met, so that just shows you like how slow paced it is. The story itself is still interesting. There was this one plot twist, but I already knew it was coming just because of what, like, because I've seen like Victoria Aveyard talk about the book for like months and for like a year, like her do like interviews and just talk about the book like on her Instagram. So that plot twist kind of saw coming just because I already knew certain aspects of the book. So I think like in the future I'm gonna try and not like watch or listen to a lot of details of like books before I read them, because I felt like I wasn't surprised from that plot twist, because it was, I kind of already knew. Also, I think, what was it, last night? I think it was, I have no concept of time right now. I can't remember what day it was. But with these characters, oh, first off, the main thing that I'm loving about this book is the banter between Demarcreon and Sorosa. Because Sorosa has a lot of sass. So I love that. My favorite characters in books are always the characters that have sass, and Sorosa has all the sass, so I love that. So, and Demarcreon annoys her. So I love like the banter that they have going on. And I forgot what, I had like this realization the other day while I was reading it about the characters, and it's that it makes sense why it's so slow paced, and the fact that they kind of don't know what they're doing, because they don't know what they're doing. Because the whole premise of this book is that the heroes that were supposed to save the world all died, and now this group of people have to save the world, and they have no idea what they're doing. They're Victoria Aveyard calls them like the JV team, so like the second string. So I'm like, it makes sense that like it's slow paced and like not a lot is happening, because they themselves don't know what's happening. So makes sense. I am so very intrigued to dive more into the story and find out more of the characters and learn more about these characters, and I mean meet the other characters I haven't met. Also, I keep looking at this because on Twitter, Victoria Aveyard posted this picture of some of the characters, and then in the comment she put down who is who. So I kind of have like this little cheat sheet of the characters, and then I put the picture on Procreate and then wrote down their names and then printed it out. So I have like this little cheat sheet. I have a bigger one. I decided to put it on here just because like when I'm reading, I'm like, wait, who is that again? What did they look like? I could just refer back to this. And yeah, also I don't love long chapters, and this book has long chapters. So a lot of times when that happens, I like to know what I'm getting myself into. So I write down a little post-it like the next 10 chapters, how many pages. I count very carefully, not to get spoiled, but I count how many pages are in that chapter, just so I can know like what I'm getting myself into before I start the chapter. So it's the next 10 the next chapters I have to read and how many pages are in each chapter. Yeah, I just like doing that, so like I know before I start the chapter. Also I had that same picture in the front, a bit bigger. Those are all the characters, and I wrote down their names. The reason why I decided to do an update is because, guys, today's the day. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna finish Realm Breaker, hopefully. So basically, I'm gonna try and finish it by, I mean, it's 9 p.m. So I'm gonna try and finish it by Monday night. So fingers crossed. I have a good amount of pages left to read. I'm gonna try and read a good amount tonight. So I'm gonna look up some live reading sprints, even if it's like not technically live anymore, because sometimes those really help me to like really focus and, you know, get just like focus and like read a good amount. So I'm gonna do that, and yeah, so I'll keep you guys updated on my reading of Realm Breaker. So I want to do another update. So I did a 45-minute sprint watching what day is it? A live reading. I'm watching a live reading sprint that What India Read did yesterday, so it's technically not live, but whatever. Anyways, the first sprint in this live reading sprint was 45 minutes, and I am now on page 342. I'm in the middle of a chapter one, but yeah. Anyways, feel like things are starting to happen now. It's so funny how I mentioned that there was 3 characters I still haven't met that I know of that are supposed to be in this book, and right when I started reading I met one of the new characters, and in a way the other 2 are mentioned. Not gonna say how their names aren't mentioned or anything, but yeah. So I feel like the crew, the group now being with this new character, they're really gonna start getting on the path that they have to be on to find these other characters that have to be in their group and really try to figure out like their plan of what they're gonna do. And yes, and we also got a chapter I'm currently reading is the perspective of, can I say that? Is in the perspective of the queen, who isn't part of like the main group, and we're getting information from her, and I'm interested to see like what her plans are, what her intentions are. Yeah, so very intrigued to continue reading, to see, just like learn more about this queen and what she's planning, as well as continue to get to know all the other characters in our little group that is forming. So yeah, that's the update I wanted to do for right now. I'm gonna continue watching this reading sprint live, and yes. Hey, what's up? It's Monday, May 24th, 2:57 p.m. and I just wanted to like do an update and like tell you guys like what I read last night after the last update. So I am now about to start chapter 24 on page 407. Okay, so I've met one of the other new characters, and then the other one that I still haven't met was mentioned. So I'm interested to meet that character. The last thing that I read, our main character Corinne came to a realization. She just made a statement. I don't know like exactly what her realization is, but yeah, there's that. The queen, Erida, that's the queen, right? Yeah, Erida, she I think I mentioned, I'm very intrigued with what's going on with her. And yeah, so right now I kind of feel like the villain of our story and our heroes are about to like run into each other. Let's just say that. So yeah, I think that's all I really have to say for right now. I'm gonna do maybe like a 30-minute sprint, because according to my audiobook I have 3 hours and 3 minutes left of the audiobook. I'm gonna do like a few like 30-minute sprints throughout the rest of the day so I could try and finish this today. So let's do it. So 10:32 p.m. still on Monday, and guys, I'm in the last stretch of this book. I am currently on page 534 out of 563. I'm in the last stretch. According to my audiobook, I have 34 minutes and 40 seconds left of the book. Okay, a good amount has happened from like my last updates. Nothing too crazy. No like major plot twists or anything, which I feel like Victoria Aveyard is like known for, or her crazy plot twists. So I don't know if in the last couple of pages something crazy is going to happen, but I'm in the last stretch, and yeah, I'm about to hop into it. I'm gonna just finish it off hopefully, and then I'll come back and wrap up this vlog and tell you my thoughts after finishing it. So let's do it. So it's 11:25 p.m. still on Monday, and a little while ago I finished Realm Breaker by Victoria Aveyard, the first book in the Realm Breaker trilogy. I'm pretty sure it's the trilogy. Okay, so I'm gonna start this off by saying, which I think I've said in like towards the beginning of this video, that when I first started this book I was very confused, especially from the prologue. I wasn't sure what was happening. And just like the beginning of the book, I was very confused as to what was happening. I feel like I really didn't start like figuring things out until I got the audiobook and I was able to like focus a bit more on what I was reading. Also, character wise, I'm not attached to any of the characters at this point. There are, I don't even know how many, I think 5 different perspectives, so we don't get a lot of time with each character, so I'm not attached to any of them at this point in time. I am very intrigued about certain characters. Also, I do love Demarcreon and Sarasa's banter because they can't stand each other, so I love their banter. And then when it comes to the villain of this story, I'm very intrigued about that. Is very different because I feel like in most fantasies, at least the ones that I've read, you go into the book already kind of knowing who the villain is, or like you very much know like this is a bad person. And I feel like with this, especially because there's technically 2 villains that are working together, and with one of them it's like the beginning of their evilness. Like they're just starting to like dip their toe into the evilness, and it's gonna be interesting to like see this person's journey and what decisions that they end up making and where they go from here. Yes, because when I was first introduced to that one character, I didn't think they seemed like a good person. So yeah, that took a turn. Let's see, I have some notes, that's why I'm looking down. What I also really enjoyed about this book is the fact that the cast, there's a good range of ages as well as ethnicity. Most of the time in like YA contemporary, this is fantasy, YA fantasy, usually the entire cast range between like 16 to 18. And in Realm Breaker, Coraine, who is like our hero, like she's the one that needs to save the realm, she's I believe 17. And then there are a few characters that are in their 30s, and Demarcreon is immortal, so he's like hundreds of years old. And then Baltic is, she's on the older side as well. Like, I'm not sure how old she is, but she has like gray hair. She described to be like old. I don't want to say grandma, but she's old. Which, she was an interesting character because she speaks in riddles, and they're just like, what are you going about, Baltic? And there was one point where a new character met Baltic, and they were like, what's up with her? And literally everyone else was just like, don't ask. I found that so funny. Also, this was very slow paced in my opinion. I felt it was really slow paced, but this was very much about learning about the world and the spindles and all of that, and like learning about Coraine and her. It pretty much, this first book was about getting the group together to save the world, to start and save the world. Like I've said before, they are like the B team, the JV team, because the heroes tried to save the realm and they failed, so now they have to try. And they all come from all different walks of life, and they have to come together and work together to try and save the realm. And when it comes to Charlotte, Armand, and Sigil, they came in pretty much towards the end of the book, so I don't know much about them yet. So I am interested to see in the next book, learning more about all the characters, seeing their dynamic and their relationship grow with each other. Also, there was like little to no romance in this, and also I feel like that may be a reason why I didn't love this as much as I thought I was going to, because there isn't a lot of romance, and I feel like I need a little bit of romance to get me through. So there's that, if like you like enjoy romance in your fantasy. I do think I remember Victoria Aveyard saying that this is very slow burn. Yeah, she did. She says very slow burn because Bird Queen is the opposite. So this is very slow burn. So I know there's eventually gonna be like relationships, and then you kind of start to see it in this. I'm not gonna say with who, but you do kind of start to see like, well, one, I'm definitely sure like, okay, like they kind of like each other. I can see it. And then with other ones, I'm not sure yet. I feel like there's something there, but there might not be. That might just be in my head. And then also with the villains, there's something going on there. Well, there isn't much, but I feel like towards the end there was like a little seed of like feelings or something. Yeah, so there's that's what I have to say on the romance side. But all that being said, I did not love this as much as I thought I was going to. I think I'm gonna end up rating this like a 3.5. Yeah, 3.5 out of 5 stars, and I'm just gonna run it up to a 4 on Goodreads. Yeah, I think I just went into it with too high expectations, so they weren't really met. So that took up like a little bit, and the fact that I was confused towards the beginning of reading this. So if you guys tend to get a little bit confused when like a lot is going on, I suggest you pick up the audiobook if you want to read this, especially with the prologue, so you could just like keep track a little bit, like trying to understand what's going on. Like pay attention during the prologue or like read it slowly so you can just like really get everything from the prologue and you can understand what's going on once you get into like chapter 1 or whatever. But yeah, didn't love this as much as I thought. I still enjoyed it, and I'm still very interested to see like where this story is gonna head, especially with the villains. I'm very interested in them and seeing like what they do. And Victoria Aveyard knows how to close up a book. The last line in this was just like, yes. I loved it. She honestly like really knows how to like close off a book. I don't want to say what it is because you're obviously spoilers, but I really liked the last line, and especially because of who said it. And I don't want to say too much. I think I'm gonna leave it there. Yeah, so those are my thoughts and my feelings reading Realm Breaker. I don't know if I'll reread this again before the second book comes out next year. I probably will, just to give it another go, and just like, because there was like a good amount of information. I just remembered something. But I also want to add about this is that from the beginning, our like main character, our heroine, she isn't like a badass female. Most YA fantasies where our heroine starts off in the beginning of the book as like a badass female. Corinne is not that. She is literally like taken out of her world. She's like never left the place where she lives, and she wants to leave, but she's never left. And now these people come up, find her, and tell her, you have to save the realm. And she's like, what? So yeah, she's not the typical like from the beginning badass female, and I'm excited to see her journey and seeing her get comfortable with like fighting and all of that. There's gonna be fighting and there was already some in this, and yeah, I'm very interested to see her journey and to like becoming, because I know she's gonna become like a badass character, but she's not there yet, and I'm excited to see her journey to becoming that. Yeah. But that's all I have to say for right now. This is the end of the vlog. But yes, please let me know if you are planning on reading Realm Breaker, and if you have read it, please let me know down below your thoughts and feelings on this book. And I think that's it. So if you guys like this video, please give it a like so I can know what kind of videos I should post on here. And if you will like, you can subscribe to become a member of our little family here on Yari Hearts Books. And all my social media links will be linked down below in the description box. And I'll catch you guys here next time. Bye.